What if I told you that there was a single number so important that it's hidden in close to every aspect of life, from music to science to architecture and even the natural world? This seemingly flawless number exists, and it's called phi, the golden ratio. So, where did this number come from, and why do we keep finding it in every aspect of life? In 1202, Leonardo da Pisa published a book titled Fibonacci, in which he introduced the Fibonacci series to the West, a series in which each number is the sum of the two preceding numbers. According to his definition, the first few terms are 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 13. This series is pretty easy to follow and to predict. But how does it relate to the golden ratio? Well, the golden ratio comes from this very series. Say I take the second number and divide it by the first number. 1 divided by 0 is undefined, but let's keep going. 1 divided by 1 is 1, 2 divided by 1 is 2, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, 5 divided by 3 is 1.666. As the numbers we divide gets bigger and bigger, the results become closer and closer to a single value. As you can see in this graph, not only do the results converge to phi as the numbers get infinitely bigger, but the points also oscillate, meaning the results are found both above and below the real value. The golden ratio is defined as a plus b over a, and this makes sense. Because the Fibonacci sequence adds the two previous numbers to obtain the third number, b is the earliest term, a is the middle term, and a plus b is the third term. The golden ratio is the bigger number of the Fibonacci sequence divided by the smaller number, thus a plus b over a. The golden ratio can also be proven with what's called the golden rectangle, in which each of the terms of the Fibonacci sequence forms a square and links together. If we stop at 13, then the height is 13, but the width is 13 plus 8. Thus, the ratio between width and height is 13 plus 8 over 13, or phi. If you draw an arc connecting each of the squares, it forms a special spiral that is seen in numerous plants, shells, and even the universe. The golden rectangle is ubiquitous in architecture and design. In ancient Greek architecture, such as the Parthenon, the ratio was incorporated to make the building stand out by making it more aesthetically pleasing to the human eye. For centuries now, sculptors and painters have been using this ratio to design better-looking art. However, we still don't know the real reason why it's so satisfying to look at. Regardless, from considering the proportions of a human body in a sculpture to determining where to place the focal point in a painting, the golden ratio remains at the forefront of modern art culture. Now, take a moment and look at each of these companies' logos. Notice anything? The underlying element with each of these designs is the use of the golden ratio. Even more surprising, the logo for National Geographic is literally a golden rectangle. The golden ratio is embedded in just about anything you can think of. Its aesthetic qualities have mesmerized artists for centuries, allowing it to dominate over all aspects of art, ancient and modern. 1.618 is not just a mathematical equation, but rather a source of inspiration for all aspects of life. The golden ratio is truly the finest of all numbers. Thank you.